On Larry King Now, the Grammy-winning musician Nelly Furtado.
I found myself feeling at the end of it all kind of more like a figurehead than an artist, and I asked myself, where's that girl that used to just put on a flowery dress and sit at the piano and write a song? As entertainers, I think we tap dance a lot in life. When you start to do it for a living, you find that you lead this entertainer's life off stage. You start trying to entertain your family, your friends. You start tap dancing for everybody. When you, just plain old you, quiet old you is just enough. Some songs are just, they become bigger than you. They're just kind of like for the people. And they put their own memories and own experiences onto them. And you can't help that, you know? It just happens.
Plus, where do you see yourself in 10 years, Nelly?
Hopefully with a few cats. I would really like that.
With what?
A few cats, like pets. I'd like to have a life that's settled enough so that I can relax, drink a cup of tea, and take care of my cats.
All next on Larry King Now. Welcome to Larry King Now. Our special guest is Grammy Award-winning multi-platinum singer and songwriter Nelly Furtado. She has sold more than 16 million albums worldwide. Nelly's long-awaited new album is The Ride. It's out March 31st. It's available for pre-order now. Where have you been?
I've been busy. I've been,
You haven't had an album in 5 years?
No, I haven't.
What have you been doing?
All kinds of fun things that I needed to do. Playwriting classes at university, sewing and ceramics, and I had my own label for a while, so I was developing other artists, doing A&R.
Why did you
Working
start?
at my friend's record store.
Why?
Well, I'm a sensitive girl, and I write all my songs, and and it's part of my my way to stay healthy, and I'm emotionally, what's the word? I have latent emotionality. So if I'm angry at you, you won't know till tomorrow. But when I write a song, I know I'm angry at Larry. So I need time. I need time to make things. I need time to feel things.
So had you run dry?
No, the opposite. Well, no, that's not true. Yeah, I actually found I've been doing this 17 years, and myself, and as a sort of female in the music business out there, you know, you travel the world, and it's great. It's a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of pressure. You have a lot of people around you, and sometimes I found myself feeling at the end of it all kind of more like a figurehead than an artist. And I asked myself, where's that hippie girl from Victoria, BC? Where's that girl that used to just put on a flowery dress and sit at the piano and write a song, or the guitar? And I missed her.
So she came back.
She did.
So
Thankfully, thank God.
Why now,
she was there
and
somewhere.
why The Ride?
Well, a few different reasons. I met some amazing artists. I mean, myself, I don't really I see music in a really democratic kind of way. I think that we really shouldn't put labels on music, and that's why I sing in different languages, and I'm always experimenting with every different sound, or I collaborate with Michael Bublé or Missy Elliott. It doesn't matter to me. My grandfather was a composer and a conductor, and I feel like that love of music in its rawest form was in me. So this album is it's pop, but it's alternative pop, and it's, the songs are confessional. I did.
You wrote all the songs?
I did write all the songs.
Confessional?
Yes,
autobiographical?
It is autobiographical.
So what is autobiographical about The Ride?
The Ride is the summation. It's kind of like, okay, what are we on? Are you taking me for a ride? Did he just take me for a ride?
Is that a song in the album?
No, but there's a song called Carnival Games, which is about how we go to the carnival and we keep getting on the Ferris wheel and eating all the cotton candy and buying all the fun, you know, toys when you play the games. But when you get off the ride, what do you have? Does it slip through your fingers? Is it really making you happy inside?
Have you had a lot of sadness, Nelly?
I have sometimes, yeah.
Disappointment?
Yeah, definitely. And I have another song, it's called Tap Dancing, and it's very much about how as entertainers, I think we tap dance a lot in life. And I got up on a stage for the first time when I was 4 years old. And I knew I was making people happy and bringing them joy. But at the same time, when you start to do it for a living, you find that you lead this entertainer's life off stage. You start trying to entertain your family, your friends. You start tap dancing for everybody. When you, just plain old you, quiet old you is just enough, you know?
You hit it early, right? I mean,
I was kind of young.
You won a Grammy at 20.
Yeah, I was super young. I signed my deal around 20.
I'm like Bird, right?
Yeah, I'm like a bird, yeah. A song I wrote here in LA, staying at the Oakwood Suites, recording my first album.
Oakwood Suites.
Yeah.
That's for people just starting, right?
Yes, yes, and that's where I wrote I'm Like a Bird, actually. Yeah.
All right. Was that good to be successful early?
That's a great question.
That's why I asked it.
All my wildest dreams came true so young. I thought, okay, I'm at the Grammys with my mother. I'm 22. And now what? It sounds like a stupid problem to have, or a good problem to have. Yeah, it's interesting because, again, all my dreams came true. I always knew I would be doing this. I always knew. But then I realized, yeah, a lot of them was just kind of like goal setting, you know? And then I think I'm so curious that I just always want to create new goals for myself.
Did you do a concert tour after that album?
I toured a lot. I toured and toured and toured. Then I had my daughter, and we toured still, and I toured till my daughter was 4. I'd bring her on the road with me.
How old is she now?
Breastfeed her on the bus. She's 13, actually. She's 13 and a half.
What does your husband do?
I'm not married, but I have been before.
Is he a good father?
Her father's wonderful, yeah. We do have a nice blended family, yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, it does help, yeah. I've been blessed. I do have a lot of love in my life.
So the second album, Loose, come out right after I'm Like Bird?
Yeah, well, no, there was some time. So I had Whoa Nelly album, I toured the world, and then I started singing also a little bit in Spanish at the time. I had some Portuguese on my first album, too. My parents are from Portugal. So the second album I did was actually called Folklore, and I actually infused a lot of sort of those sounds. It was quite eclectic. And then I did Loose. So that was, my daughter was about 2 years old when I started recording that album.
So you had a lot of success.
Yeah.
16 million albums.
Yeah. Yeah, after that I did a Spanish album because I wanted to change it up.
By the way, everyone's talking about this. What did you make of Adele beating Beyonce for album of the year?
I don't know. I mean, I found the largest challenge getting into this business was TV performances and live TV. I didn't grow up at the Mickey Mouse Club. You know, I did church gigs. So when my first TV gig was like Jay Leno, The Tonight Show, I kind of went, oh my God, what am I doing? I don't know how to sing on TV. And it wasn't until 6 years into the business that I learned how to like play it cool on TV, like you see all the big stars do, Beyonce, et cetera, et cetera. So I watched the Grammys. Yeah, it was pretty amazing. I was surprised to see Adele stop her song. That's I've never seen an artist do that ever on live television.
Pretty good idea to do.
Oh yeah, it's better than like watching your own ship sink. But I don't know. I loved Lemonade, but I loved Adele's album too. So.
Do you do a lot of your old hits? Do you still sing "Promiscuous Girl"?
I do actually. There was a time when I changed the lyrics.
Is that still autobiographical?
No, I make a joke. I'm musically promiscuous, but. I don't know. That was a fun record. I mean, I still like when a DJ plays it and I'm out and I dance and I don't know. I think some songs are just, they become bigger than you. They're just kind of like for the people and they put their own memories and own experiences onto them and you can't help that, you know? It just happens.
The new album is The Riot. It'll be out at the end of March. It's available for pre-order now. Our guest is Nelly Furtado. We're talking about reinvention and we'll also talk about the changing music landscape right after the break. Stay with us. We're back with Nelly Furtado. Her new album, The Ride, will be out the end of the month. You can pre-order it now. She's had major success, 16 million albums sold, and she's back on the scene. Do you reinvent yourself?
Yeah, but it's not conscious. I think I just save myself. So I have a song called Phoenix on this album, and
referring to the city or
no, the mystical magical bird. Is it a bird? So when I wrote that song, I didn't realize it was for me. It was because it has this refrain of "You're gonna be all right," and I was kind of going through this really kind of dark time. I broke up with a long-term business relationship, kind of like a father figure to me, and we're friends now. But at the time, the divorce was very complicated, and you know, when you make a choice for yourself, it could be the right choice, but you're still lost. You know, you're still unsure. You're confused. So a lot of these songs came out of that confusion. I kind of call it like my mistake. My tribute to mistakes.
Since you started, has the musical landscape changed a lot?
Yes.
We have streaming, right? We have apps and streaming.
Yes,
Pull it down from the sky.
Yes, totally. Streaming, I mean, I own my new album. I decided to get, I got the album back from the label, and this is a second project I've done independently with independent partners, like my Spanish album. And it's been a fun experience for me because I'm quite prolific. I write a lot of songs. So with streaming now, what I can do is I can call up Spotify and say, hey guys, I just did an acoustic cover of Calvin Harris, Feel So Close. And they'll say, great, we'll release it tomorrow. I mean, that kind of freedom never existed before.
Can you make as much money?
Slowly in the long term. I mean, artists now, as you know, we make most of our money live. I've been lucky because I've always owned my own publishing and I write my songs, which is really, really
Is
great.
your style different when you sing in Spanish?
It is, yeah, because I grew up singing Portuguese and another Latin language, Spanish, so similar. I don't know the word to describe it, but I do feel differently when I sing in Spanish or Portuguese than English. I definitely do. I definitely do.
You cleaned houses?
Yeah, actually motel rooms. I was a chambermaid. Yeah.
At what age?
I started at age 12, actually. My mother hired me. She worked in the housekeeping department, and she hired me. She taught me the ropes.
You know how to make a bed?
I'm good at it. I'm good at the corners. Vacuuming. You know, I used to write songs while I cleaned. Kind of went back to cleaning my house a few years ago so I could really get back to that songwriting process again.
When was the first money you earned from singing?
Well, singing, that's a good question. The first real money I ever earned from singing, truthfully, was maybe like the little, what do you call it again? An honorarium they give you when you play at like the local cultural festival.
Yeah, go to the Rotary Club, we'll give you $100.
I get about $20 for pierogies at Folk Fest when I sang in Portuguese in my outfit. But actually, I sang at a wedding once, and I sang a Bryan Adams song. I sang like a cappella, and they paid me $50, and I was so excited. I was 16.
Do you like writing as much as performing?
I like writing more than performing.
Really?
Yeah, I do, truly. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
So if they said you could only do one thing, you would write?
Yeah, I would actually.
Really? That's
yeah, I would, yeah. Not that I don't like performing, it's fun, but I don't know, something happens when you write. Like I said, like I'm able to understand myself better when I write a song. I kind of go, okay, I get it now.
Does inspiration come to you all the time?
It really does. I wrote some of these songs in Kenya, actually. I travel there with a charity. You've actually performed before at We Day. You've been a speaker at We Day. I don't know if you remember Craig Kilberger or Mark Kilberger. Those are my friends, and I'm an ambassador for their nonprofit.
But I wasn't in Kenya.
No, you weren't, but you need to go.
Nice.
Yes, we go to a town called Narok, Mark and Craig and I, and I've made a lot of friends there, and the last time I was there, I wrote 3 of the songs that are on this album.
You are a prolific person. Up next, we're talking politics and Nelly's greatest musical influence. Her new album is The Ride. We'll be right back. Back with the wonderful Nelly Furtado. The new album, The Ride, will be out March 31st. You can pre-order it now. You said recently, I quote, "I really think the future is genderless. I feel the future is even more body positive and limitless. The boxes are going to become increasingly irrelevant, and it's wonderful." Genderless? Explain that.
Well,
We have 2 genders.
I know, but I've been really lucky because I kind of exposed to kind of the future through all the young people that I meet and kind of the next generation and even beyond millennial, like younger than that, you know what I mean? And I'm not just talking my daughter or her friends, I'm talking about art and creativity and kind of like the exploration of a world in which we can stop focusing on our differences and more about how we're all the same. I did a really cool art installation, kind of like a performance art piece with another artist named Ryan McNamara, and it was at the MoMA PS1 in Queens. I turned a room into a songwriting experiment where I wrote songs with 80 strangers in 3 hours. And some of them never had written a song in their life. Some of them had never written a poem. And they would walk into a room and I would ask them, what did you dream last night? What was your favorite vacation? And I had a guitar and I would start to write. And at the end of the day, there were tears, there were laughter. But what that proves is what a lot of brain science still has not proven that there is empathy between you and I. If we can write a song together, if you can feel adhered to a stranger that you walk by on the sidewalk, that proves that there's empathy between us, connectivity. That proves that no matter what political stripe or what belief you are part of, it's all irrelevant when it comes to matters of the heart and compassion.
You live in Canada. Do you think President Trump can bring it all together?
In Canada?
No,
What about
here.
Trudeau?
You want us to send him there? No, your view,
No.
you like Trudeau, I guess.
I do. I mean, we were all in need of a refreshing new face.
No, your view of Trump from Canada.
Oh dear, such a loaded question. I mean, again, I think if we don't start all figuring out how we can get along with people who voted for this person or this person or that person, forget it. War will always exist. So I feel like there's got to be a middle ground. It can't be that black and white. I really like to live in the gray area in general. And I think that being on a fence is actually more athletic activity because you have to stretch yourself to see both sides. And I think if I can't do that, then what am I going to do, kill my neighbor?
We play a little game of If You Only Knew. I just throw some
Okay.
questions at you. It's
Okay.
flash card. This is prepared by the producers.
Okay.
Who was your childhood celebrity crush?
Mark Wahlberg. Marky Mark.
Great guy.
In his Calvins.
Biggest risk you've ever taken?
Oh, geez. I don't know. Probably signing up for like a 10K and doing it. It was fun.
You did?
Yeah.
The song that made you want to be a musician?
Billy Joel. Like the whole Billy Joel Glass Houses album.
Guilty pleasure?
So imitations, celebrity imitations.
Who do you imitate?
I like Shakira. I do karaoke sometimes for my friends to make them laugh. Yeah.
You do her here?
Yeah, I guess so.
Go ahead.
Okay. Your name is Larry and mine is Willie. I can't do it without her song. It's not
Okay,
fair.
all right. What does it cost us a few dollars? Who cares? Who is your greatest musical influence?
Geez. Oh, Caetano Veloso, Brazilian artist. Yeah.
If you weren't a musician, what would you be?
I don't know. It'd be fun to have an art gallery or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Person you'd trade places with for a day?
Trade places. I just met somebody who's really nice. Maria Menounos. She was nice, and she has lemon trees. I want to be her for a day.
Something you wish you were better at?
Not procrastinating, being more task-oriented, as you know.
Music your fans would be surprised to know you listen to?
That's a good question. I don't know. Probably like my producer's band is pretty weird.
Do you like
Paper
all
Chase.
forms of music? You like country?
I love country. Love country.
Okay, I've got the first line of a song. We can write it together.
Okay,
It
let's
can't
do it.
miss a country song.
Okay.
Rather,
Yeah, let's do it.
I'd rather be homeless than be home with you.
Oh.
I'd rather be homeless than be home with you. Living with you is such a drag. I'd rather be homeless than be home with you. You have made my life a stag. Or something like that.
Hey, I like it.
No, you don't.
I like
No, you
it.
don't.
No, it rhymed though. I appreciate rhyme.
I can rhyme. What do Americans get wrong about Canada?
Well, often, okay, let me tell you a story. Somebody said, I hear in Canada it's so cold that sometimes you have to wear things over your nose because the nose hair freezes and creates icicles. That's a lie.
What do Canadians get wrong about America?
Probably that, that everybody's running around killing each other on the streets. I don't think that's
Streets are paved with gold or you're shot.
Yeah.
Best compliment you ever got?
Probably, I don't know. I think I was doing an interview and somebody said I should just go write books and not sing anymore. I thought that was a compliment.
Tell me something people don't know about you.
I used to play trombone. I played for 10 years. I'm a horn player. Not anymore, but
How
I
do you
did.
do all the things you do?
I don't know. I'm just restless. I'm restless.
Well, you were a good chambermaid.
I was amazing.
Nelly will answer your many social media questions in our final segment. We'll be right back. We're back with Nelly Furtado. The album, The Ride, much expected, will be out March 31st. You can pre-order it now. These are just questions from social media.
Okay.
Audra66 tweets, is Timbaland as nice as he seems?
Yes, Timbaland's very warm.
From Audra 66 Audra, how was it working with Prince? What did you do with Prince?
I opened for him at a show in Toronto, and I got to meet him and hang out. And
Great guy.
wonderful, so wonderful, such
Great
a
guy.
gift,
I loved
right?
interviewing him. Funny.
Yes, and able to actualize himself musically, and just that's a beautiful thing to witness.
As Susel Nasinka, what has been your biggest challenge as a musician?
Probably balancing the business with the creativity. It's really difficult.
Usually you're one or the other. Usually the creative need the business.
Yeah, really kind of trying to stay on top of all the demands and still remain creatively fluid and living sort of like living a life that you feel is true to your soul.
At Pandola 91, will you be doing another Spanish album in the near future?
I would love to do another Spanish album.
Can you do The Ride in Spanish?
You know, I think some of the songs would sound really good in Spanish. Yeah.
At Tiago Nelstar 03, when is your tour planned?
My tour, well, we're doing festivals spring and summer, and then right now we're just planning a fall winter tour, so it's exciting.
Festivals are outdoor usually?
Yeah, kind of outdoor and like more of the curated special events all over.
Is it harder to sing outdoors?
That's a great question. In the cold it is. In Canada they've got these really cold winter festival gigs sometimes, and it's...
Winter festival, outdoors singing?
Yeah, and you have to wear a scarf, and you have to really plan your winter look.
Nelly Furtado CZ, out of all your performances, which one do you consider the most unforgettable?
Oh, geez, one Bastille Day in Paris, facing the Eiffel Tower at sunset, definitely.
Wow.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gig. Public, big, huge gig in front of the Eiffel Tower. It was a clear day.
Now we have another, Nelly Furtado ICR. People take your name as tweets?
Yeah, you've got some Larry King 927 heart emojis out there, I think. Definitely.
I don't. Nelly Furtado ICR, do you believe you are a great role model for your daughter?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I try my best to be. I mean, I think all parents, you know, we try our darndest, and I definitely make a conscious effort. Yeah.
Is she going to be a singer?
She's musical, but she's kind of above it all, you know. She's more interested in science, I think.
Now we have a Nelly Furtado Bell. Which 3 words would you use to describe your fans?
Engaged, energetic, and what's the word? Non-judgmental, I would say.
Okay, at Pour Sasan, which female singer do you look up to?
Oh, there's a lot. Amalia Rodriguez, I love, but she's passed away. She's a fado singer from Portugal. I've always loved Alicia Keys. I just think she's rock solid. Rock solid. Good human being, too.
Have your goals changed a lot over the years?
Yes, my goals
obviously.
have changed. My goals have changed tremendously, but they keep on reinventing. You know, the goals change, right?
Have you done any acting?
Yes, with Marky Mark. I have a scene with Marky Mark. Well, it's Mark Wahlberg, but my childhood crush, I got to slap him in a scene from a movie called Max Payne, and that was amazing. See what I mean? All the dreams come true.
Did you actually
You gotta
slap
find new
him?
dreams. I did. I was really unprofessional, but they didn't mind. They let me slap him 20 times. I did.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years, Nelly?
Probably, hopefully with a few cats. I would really like that.
With what?
A few cats, like pets. I'd like to have a life that's settled enough so that I can relax, drink a cup of tea, and take care of my cats. And maybe lemon trees like Maria Menounos.
Thanks, Nelly.
Thank you.
Great having you. Thanks to my guest, Nelly Furtado. The Ride is available March 31st. You can pre-order it now. As always, you can find me on Twitter at King's Things. I'll see you next time.
Larry Lover 14.